Hello, everybody. A little disjointed this morning. I'm Sara Sach. Welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara. I think I'm just frozen, you know. I was looking at all of your remarks. Everybody is freezing. But I have to say, it looks like Cindy Fredrickson in Minnesota at -12 with -35 wind chill winds for today. Anybody else colder than that? That is cold. It was 11 when I checked my phone a few minutes ago. Let's see what the temperature is now. 14. We're warming up. Well, just in case y'all don't know, every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, we try to have our live video podcast. And our podcast is all about yarn and crochet and patterns and Yarnie fun. And of course, today we're going to announce who the winner of the January mystery box is. I've already got it all packed up. So when you win and when it gets to you and you open it, just be careful because this baby's packed. You might have a yarn confetti party. So we tried to pack $75 worth of yarn in that box. And I'm telling you, it is stuffed. Before we get to that, though, we want to wait for everyone to get here. I don't know about y'all, but it's been so cold here. And I have had so much sinus issues. So please forgive me if I sneeze or I cough or I sputter. I've already done drunk about half my coffee. All right. So let's have our clinkety clink clink. Hello, everybody. What's everybody drinking? Hopefully something hot, even if it's just hot water. My coffee still tastes good, but it's gotten a little bit lukewarm. I'm going to move it out of the way so I don't make a mess, because y'all know I'm clumsy. All righty. Well, we woke up this morning and it was quite cold. And of course, Rosie was a little bit, hesitant to go outside. But when I opened that back door and went out into the backyard, it was so pretty. It looked like someone had just dusted the whole backyard with sprinkles of white snow. It was so pretty. It's not heavy or anything like that. It's just like powdered sugar. It's just beautiful. And it is cold, and I don't like to be cold. But I have to say, we lived in Colorado up there south of Denver and Parker for about, I think, 13 years. And the cold there was different than the cold here back down in Oklahoma. I guess because there's so much humidity in the air down here, it just gets you right to the bones and makes you cold. Where in Colorado, people would put on a hat and a coat, pair of shorts, and flip-flops, The big thing was the Ugg boots and shorts. It was so cute. Anywho, I am so happy to be inside my warm home with my lukewarm cup of coffee. Okay, so I did want to ask you, did any of you watch the inauguration yesterday? And this isn't political or anything like that. I love history. I watch it every time there's a new president or something like that. I love history. We went to Washington, D.C. quite a few years ago, and we went into the Capitol building. And in Washington, they did the inauguration because of the weather in the Capitol building. And it was kind of neat just because I had been in there before. And one of the things I was just so impressed with is they had Carrie Underwood, which, Carrie Underwood is an Oklahoma girl. She was going to sing God Bless America, and her music wouldn't start. That girl, she has perfect pitch. She just started singing. It was so beautiful. Even if you don't watch inaugurations, you're not political or whatever, go on YouTube and find her singing it. It is amazing. She has so much talent, and she has so much more talent in her pinky than I would ever think of having in my whole body. It was really interesting. Her music wouldn't start. So she said, okay, I guess I'll sing it. And she just sang it. And if you know anything about the Capitol building, it's a dome, so it has amazing acoustics. Like I said, this is nothing political. I just want you to go hear her sing, okay? Go on YouTube and find Carrie Underwood singing for the inauguration. It is definitely worth it. No, you're right, Heidi. She didn't need music. She doesn't. She has an amazing voice. She doesn't need any of this stuff where they have to, make her pitchy and all that stuff by electronics. She doesn't need it. And she's an Oklahoma girl. I'm proud of my Oklahoma girl. Of course, I don't even know her, so. It was just, to me, it was the highlight of the whole thing. Alrighty, so. I'm trying to look around here. Oh, just an FYI. My husband's working at home today, and if he sneaks in here and scares me, you let me know if you see him, okay? He came in earlier and said, if I come in and scare you, what will happen? I'm like, I don't know. You know? I thought that was pretty funny. I won't tell you all that he said, though. All right. Are we all in here now? Are you ready to find out who the winner is of our $75 worth of yarn I shoved in this box? Let me show you again. It is, I put a bunch of tape on it. So you're going to need your scissors because I didn't want the ends to pop open because you can see it is bulging. It is stuffed. And y'all know I love giving away yarn because I love yarn. I want everybody to love yarn. Okay, so it's all packed up and ready to go. And are you ready to find out who the winner is? Thank you. You're already doing the drum rolls. Brrrr. Okay. The winner of our giveaway is Cindy Fredrickson. I think I saw your name. I actually said something about you earlier, didn't I? I think I saw your name come up. Congratulations, Cindy. Now, never, ever, 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 ever put any of your personal information, like your phone number, your email address, your shipping address, anything, in a comment that's live. Okay? Never do it. Okay, so how do you contact me? You want to know, right? Down underneath this video, scroll down where it says website. Click that website and it'll come up and it'll have a little box that says contact me. I think it might be on this side over here. Over on this side, okay? And it'll say contact us or contact me. I can't remember which one it says. Just click it and it will shoot me an email. And you can send me your shipping address, and then I'll send you the tracking number when I ship it. Hopefully, if you contact me today, I can get it out tomorrow because I'm planning to go in to the post office tomorrow. If not, it'll be Friday or maybe Monday, depending on the weather and when I'm going to go in town. Okay. If you can't do where you can find my website and contact me, you can also contact me through my Facebook page, Posh Pooch Designs. Do not contact me on my personal page because unless I'm your friend, I have it set up where I won't see any messages unless we're friends on Facebook, okay? So, go to the website, hit the contact tab, shoot me an email, or go to Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page and send me a message. And then what I do is once you've contacted me back that you've received your box, then I just delete your email and I delete the message, okay? All right, congratulations. Okay. I'm sorry I'm a little bit stuffy today and I'm trying not to cough. And I have a cough drop sitting right here in case it happens. I've got a tissue in case I need to sneeze. And I got my coffee, although it got a little lukewarm on me. All right, so let's talk about our yarn of the week. And I'm going to go over to our other camera real quick. This is our yarn of the week. This is called Elle By Me. It is from Premier Yarns. And it's not by me personally. That's the name of it. And the type of yarn is called Charlotte. And this yarn comes in solids and it also comes in multis. Okay, and Premier sent me these to go together. And I have a pattern coming out on Friday where we're going to use these. This yarn is a bulky number 5. And it also is a mixture of acrylic and wool. All right, so I went over to the web page that they have, and I want to tell you exactly about it. This is what they say. Of course, it says it's 60-40, 60% acrylic, 40% wool. The solid ones have 5.29 ounces, and the multi ones have 4.4 ounces. I don't know why there's a difference. But there is, okay? And I can't remember how many. I think there's 44 total colors. And there's, of course, a whole lot more of the solids than there is the multis. Because, like, you could choose any of these colors. Like, there's a green in here. There's this darker purple, this lighter purple, and this cream color to go with it, you know, with this to make something. We're actually going to make a really fun, simple hat. And so, these are bulky number 5s. Let's see. That's all I wrote down about them. I will tell you, I have sensitivity to wool. I'm going to come back over here. I do have a sensitivity to wool. Anytime I use wool yarns, I break out. Unless I use the some of the more finer wools, I don't. But this particular yarn, I used it on something else where I used a multi. I can't remember. But I have not. I've been working with this all week, and I have. Actually, it's been like 3 weeks. But anyway, I have not had any problems with breaking out. And I also found out that one of the things that bothers me is a lot of companies use different oils on their machines in order to roll their yarn up, because they come in these huge spools, and then they roll them on these machines to make them into skeins or balls or cakes. And sometimes the oils that they use, those affect me, and I'll be using, because sometimes I'll be using just an acrylic, and it might even just be the dyes. Who knows, right? But I'll find that my hands are really itchy, you know, and then I'll have to go and put some lotion on my hands. But plus my hands dry out really fast. But anyway, I'm just saying I have not had any issues whatsoever with this yarn. It is super soft and fluffy, and the pattern that I'm making, it's a hat that can be just a beanie or a slouchy. It's a real simple, really neat hat. I think you're going to enjoy making it, and it's warm. And we're going to be doing that on Friday for Friday Fun Day, because normally I don't do a hat for a Friday Fun Day, but I just really enjoyed making this hat. And it's going to have one of the fuzzy pom-poms on it. So, I mean, it's just cute, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. Now, if you want to go and look at all their colors, you certainly can. I've got my link underneath my live videos. I always put the link for my Premier link. And if you go through my link, I get credit for you guys going and looking at it. And also something I really want to encourage you to do. Premier Yarn has weekly sales, and they run from Wednesday to Wednesday. Like Wednesday noon until Wednesday the next noon. And they always have different yarns on sale. And they do that to go over the weekend. And a lot of times they'll put like all of their cakes of a certain kind on sale, or all of their like Elle By Me on sale, or, you know, all within a genre sort of thing. You know, maybe all of their ombres on sale or things like that. So always go and check when you go to the Premier link. Always click that tab that says sale, and it'll come down. It'll say weekly sales, what's on sale, and then it'll also say clearance. And they always have great clearance going on as well. But the thing about clearance is once it's gone, it's usually gone. The sales, they restock. And I went in there the other day to look for, I think it was the ombres, and there were some of them that were out of stock because they're just so popular, because their ombre yarn is just beautiful. You know, I've got some pointed that way, but it's actually over here. Their ombre yarns are just so beautiful. And I used that blue in what I'm going to show you in just a few minutes for what we've been working on. So, yeah, make sure. And another thing that you can do is when you go to the Premier website, you can sign up to get the emails, okay? And then they'll send you an email when the sale changes. But do me a favor. When you get that email, don't use their link. Go to my blog or my you can find my link on my Posh Pooch Designs page. You can find it in the Coffee and Crochet with Sara Facebook group. But use my link, you know, and go get yourselves, but use my link so I get credit, okay? And also, anytime you can't find it, just go to YouTube, find, one of my, live videos underneath that, it'll say my Premier link, and you can click it there. So anyway, I just really, really love this yarn. It's so pretty. I'm going to go back over. You can see it again. It's so pretty and fluffy. And it's a nice, fluffy, bulky 5. Because, within the sizes, it's something that people always don't understand. You may get 3 different skeins of yarn, and they're say medium number 4. And you can look at all 3 of them and want to be thin, want to be over fat, and want to be normal. Because there's so much wiggle room within those measurements. Okay, and sometimes it'll be categorized as a bulky 4 because it has like maybe some fur on it that makes it stick out a little more. Or maybe it'll have a bump or something like that, or an extra thread going through it, so they'll call it a medium 4. When maybe it's really, I call it a 3.5 or DK weight 3. Sometimes I think they need to have categories that are half sizes because sometimes they don't just measure up the same. So that's where you have to kind of adjust your gauge and your crochet hook, because even within the same brands, you can buy 10 medium weight number 4 Red Heart Super Savers, and none of them will be the same, because it just has to do with how they're wound and what they're made of and stuff like that. Anywho, going off on a tangent there. Okay, so that's our yarn of the week. And before we go any farther, I want to make sure I tell you about our shout out of the week. Now, this particular lady, I just found her. I found her completely delightful, and I really enjoyed her video. And she's a young girl. She's new to YouTube, and she really needs some love. Okay? So the name of her YouTube channel is Heather's Country Crochet and More. So she does crochet. She's learning how to hand dye. She knits, she does diamond painting, cross stitch, and she wants to learn how to spin. And I think this is neat because what she's doing is as she's learning, she's taking you along on her journey. And that's sort of neat, I think, because, a lot of people will say, well, I'm accomplished. I can do all this stuff. You need to do what I'm doing, And that was a really weird voice, wasn't it? Why did I do that? Anywho, I wanted to sound, intellectual, which I'm not. But anyway, I really like this sort of way of doing it because she's not saying I know what I'm doing. She's saying I'm learning and I'm taking you along on my journey. And I like that, so yeah, she loves yarn. She loves crochet, hand dyeing, knitting, diamond painting, which I can't do. I shouldn't say I can't do. I've never tried it. And cross stitching, which I used to cross stitch all the time, but I can't hold those tiny needles anymore. And of course, she wants to learn how to spin, and she enjoys all kinds of crafts. So, Mary, you're funny. Anyway, you know what to do. Her name is Heather's Country Crochet and More. Go like, share, subscribe, and ring her bell. And don't forget to ring my bell also, okay? Alrighty, so we did our shout out and our yarn of the week. Now I want to talk about, remember last year, 2024, I tried every Wednesday to do what I called a this or that video. And so I'm going to pick that back up. I think it's time. And kind of what I'm going to do, I've got one that I'm working on for tomorrow already. And what I'm going to do, because I seem like I'm getting a lot of the same questions, and so I'm going to take some of those questions that I've done in the last 7 years that I've been on YouTube, and maybe go over them again and maybe add some, change some, because everybody's at a different place in their journey as far as crochet goes. And so I want to make sure that you understand kind of like what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And one of the neat things about the this or that videos is that, you have the opportunity to comment, of course, and give your opinion and what you think. And it's okay because there are no wrong answers. There aren't, unless they're unkind and then they get deleted. Because we don't want any negativity. We're a no llama mama, no llama, I can't remember what I was going to say. No drama llama channel. I'll get it. It's not my fault. It's the sinus meds messing with my head. But anyway, that's what we're getting ready to do is the this or that videos, pick them back up on Wednesday. So what I'm saying is tomorrow I've got the video just about ready to go, and I'll probably post that in the morning. And remember, if you have questions, you know, about crochet or yarn or things like that, and you haven't been able to find an answer or something, go ahead and put that in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. Now, what I always say is I will answer the question. If I don't know the answer, I will try to find you one, okay? And that's what we'll do on Wednesdays again, like we've been doing in the years past. Usually through the fall, I do a few more extra patterns instead because there's lots of holidays and things going on. Not that we don't have holidays now, because we've got Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, and lots of other things that we like to do and crochet things for. Thank you, Heidi. No drama, llama mama. So, anywho, that's what we're going to be doing. Now, what did we do this week? We did this blanket. And I absolutely love this blanket. This is, let me pull it around here. It's a heavy, big blanket. It's so much fun to make. And it is as big. And this is made with one of the anniversary cakes that I picked up at Joanns. Here's another one that I picked up here. This is what the anniversary cakes are. And you need 35.3 ounces or 1,061 yards of super bulky number 6 yarn to make this blanket. Okay, I used all of it except like a small ball of it. Okay, and these are huge. My granddaughter once said it's bigger than my head. So, and this the color of this one is really pretty. I think it's called wild cherry. Sour cherry. All right. It's really pretty. And I was trying to remember the name of this one. It's on the blog and it's on the video if you want to know the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. It's like bookends or book cover or something like that. But I really like the colors of it because it's a very masculine looking blanket. And if you'll notice, it looks a lot like a basket weave. But the difference is on these sections in between, we didn't do the back post. And we have these nice squares. And I did it this way because I think it makes a much flatter blanket, you know. So, and we did the video for this blanket. We did this video yesterday. And of course, if you want the link, the video to the link is of course underneath this video. And also you'll find underneath the video for the blanket a link for the written pattern with pictures. Okay. And I love it. It's so, this yarn is so soft and squishy. Okay. So, and I used this blanket as sort of how I talked about what we're going to talk about tomorrow on this or that. So you'll see the blanket again tomorrow. But I just love it. And the thing is, it's easy. And once you get going on it, you don't need your paper or anything, you know, the written pattern. You can even turn the video off because you'll just keep going until it's as long as you want it. And of course, I've got the multiples and the sizing and all that on the pattern as well. So you can make it smaller or bigger or whatever you want to do with it. Okay, now the other thing that we did, I'm going to go to my other camera again. The other thing that we did is on Friday Fun Day, we made our coffee cup that we're going to put on our O. If you made the wall hanging or you decided to make the pillow, I made 2, that way I have 1 for each so that you can see. And I forgot to tell you, just in case you were wondering, is all of the magnets are going to be coffee cups. They're going to be different shapes, different designs, things to go along with the monthly thing. Like next month, of course, is Valentine's Day. So we're going to have a cutesy Valentine's Day mug. The month after that is March. St. Patrick's Day. We're going to have you know, a St. Patrick's Day sort of thing. And so each month it'll be something to kind of go with what's going on in that month. And there'll be different shapes, different ways of doing them, different kinds of coffee mugs. I forgot to mention that when I was talking about this, okay? Now, I haven't hung mine up because I want to be able to show it to you. So I'll probably hang it up behind me. But we did, and when we do our magnets or the coffee mugs, of course, they'll be on a Friday fun day each month. So if you don't really want to make the hanging or you don't want to make the pillow, you don't have to. You can still participate by making a magnet each month. And they're going to be all about this size. So they'll be super easy and super fun. And it's just something fun for us to do together. And it's not quite so overwhelming as a great big project. And we are still going to do our monthly Scrap Happy project just because I just really like doing them. And we all have, like underneath my counter here, I have tubs of leftover, you know, 1/4 and 1/2 skeins of yarn that I wind into those crazy balls that I told you about. And also I wind them in the cakes. And so I think that we're all going to continually have scraps of yarn. And we want to make something useful and pretty with them and not just throw them away, you know. And I had this one friend, she would finish a project, whatever's left, she'd just toss it. I was like, what is wrong with you? To me, yarn is priceless, you know. And then there's always something you can do with those bits and pieces, you know. So. Sorry, I was trying to read this. It says, the blanket is so pretty, all of the color. It is pretty, Gail. I think that it has a masculine vibe to it because it's not like a pastel and it's not bright rainbow colors. They're like almost like a dusty color, and it just has a really neat vibe to it. And it looks really nice on my husband's recliner because it's for him. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. I do have some more fun things coming next week, of course. And just in case you're wondering how, you know, how the schedule is going to look. As far as Joanns, nobody knows just yet. And according to what people are saying about the one here in Oklahoma City, it's staying open. So, I know they just refiled again for bankruptcy, and I was reading about it. And there's so much into all of that that I don't quite understand. And I think that if Joann wants to stay in business, they're going to have to really up their game on customer service and stocking their stores. You know, so I used to shop at Joann's in Parker, Colorado all the time. And it was actually up in Aurora. But this one here is like 45 minutes away. You know, it's a long ways away. And so I'm really kind of, Michael's is the same way. It's a long ways away. When I lived in Parker, Michael's was 5 minutes away. And Hobby Lobby is just like right up the street from me. And so I'm a little bit disappointed that they're so far away. But to be honest with you, I've just gotten into the habit where I just order online. It's just so much easier for me. Is there a Ravelry app or is it a website? Ravelry does have an app, but it is a website. It's free. Anybody can get on Ravelry. Just put in Ravelry.com and you can set up your own account. It's free to use and it's free to download patterns. And I sell a lot of patterns on Ravelry. So yeah, I like Ravelry. One nice thing about Ravelry is they have a lot of patterns on there, but they also have a thing where you can go in and look at projects and it'll tell you, and you can put in what yarn they used, and it'll give you some really neat ideas of different things that people made off patterns with different yarns from what they called for. So it's kind of neat. There's a lot of different things within there. Yeah, I just think I agree with you, Jolene, about Joann's. And I don't want to say anything negative about Joann's because when I lived in Parker, I loved Joann's. But I have had all kinds of struggles with them here. and it had to do with shipping and sending it to the wrong place and refusing to give me my money back and all kinds of things like that that were just made me not want to order from them anymore. So, but anyway, we're not going to go there. We'll see how it plays out, I guess, when it comes to Joanns. Because I always thought Joanns had the best yarn selection. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. We're not going to get negative, okay? So, my daughter does a lot of the diamond paintings. I just haven't tried it yet. I'm just afraid because you have to hold that little tiny thing, and I can't do little tiny things with my fingers. Okay, so anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I have lots of fun things planned, and I want to tell you how the weeks are going to play out. So Monday is always what I call the big tutorial, which means on Mondays I usually have a big tutorial on a nice big item that, like a blanket, like we did. Sometimes I'll do hats and scarves or shawls or other kinds of things, and even scrap happy projects, but it'll usually be a bigger project. Okay. Then on Tuesday, of course, we have our live video. Wednesday, I like to pre-record a this and that video, which usually, like is a question or trying to answer questions, things like that. It is not live. It is a pre-recorded. And I usually schedule it to land about 7:30 on Wednesday mornings. Then on Thursday, I don't do a video. That's my day to do my laundry and clean my house. And unless you want to come over and help me do that, you won't see me. And it's also the day that I run my errands usually and stuff like that. Okay, then on Friday, we have Friday Fun Day. And Friday Fun Day, I try to do something that's a little more fun, not quite so intense or, tricky or hard or anything like that. Or I'll teach a new stitch using something else, whatever. And a lot of times I do washcloths so that you can learn a new stitch and things like that. Friday is just a fun day. Okay? And I don't do any videoing over the weekend. Occasionally, if my sister's visiting, or something like that, I might do a video over the weekend, or I might do a pop-in if a holiday lands on, on a different day or something. But for the most part, I don't usually put out a video on Friday or on Saturday or Sunday. And Sunday is my church day, my family day. So you get 4 videos a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right. So. And that's kind of the way I want, 2025 to go. But one thing to remember, when it comes to videoing, sometimes, you may have unexpected things happen, like, weather. You don't have electricity because you had a storm, or the computer dies. Sometimes those things happen. And I've had people, if I had some computer problems and I didn't get a video out till later like Monday's video usually lands in the afternoon. All right. Wednesday and Friday, they're usually in the morning, just because of when I have time to film and edit and all of that thing. And I had one person just chew me out because my Friday video, I didn't get it out until afternoon one time. And it was because we had a storm and I didn't get stuff done. And this was actually, I think it was during the time that we were moving into this house, and we didn't have our generator in our home yet that turns electricity back on. And so I just told her, I said, sorry, it's not costing you anything to wait. I don't have electricity, or I didn't, have electricity. Sorry, it put you out, sort of thing. And she just went off on me about, if you're saying you're going to have a video at this time, you need to have this video at this time. And so what I'm saying is I do my best to stick to my schedule, but you never know when things are going to happen. I mean, California is going through major fires. Down south just went through some major tornadoes and hurricanes. The whole country's going through storms and snow, okay? So try to remember those kind of things, okay? We do the best that we can. And anyway, I want to end on a good note. So I was going to tell a joke. Let's see what Kim's joke is. She just popped up. Why do peppers make good archers? Archers. I don't know. You need to tell us, Kim. Why do peppers make good archers? They have habaneros. They have habaneros. Habaneros are peppers. I don't get it. I'm sorry. All right, Kim, you're going to have to help me on this one. I don't know the answer to that. Arrows. Okay. I don't get it. I'm so sorry. They have arrows. I got it. All right, you guys crack me up. All right, so on that note, that was a good one, Kim. You got me. Okay, on that note, are we at 11? Oh, we're 11:06. Okay, so just a reminder, Cindy Fredrickson, shoot me an email. We'll get your package out. And everybody else, maybe next time. Because you know I love giving stuff away. So, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do for February yet. So, anywho, thanks for the joke, Kim. Thank you so much. Okay. I think we're done for today. So, everybody, have a great week. Love my Yarnie family and friends. And I'll see you next time. It's a great joke.